How to correct Toyota R7F701441 cluster mileage using OBDSTR OdoMaster on bench. Welcome back to Baabji Motors, the garage where diagnostics meet pure dedication. Today, we're unlocking a hidden chapter in the world of automotive programming that only seasoned pros talk about. Mileage correction on Toyota and Lexus clusters using the OBDSTAR OdoMaster or the X300 Classic G3. Yes, we're going deep, right onto the bench, to show you how to safely and smartly correct mileage on vehicles equipped with the encrypted RH850 R7F701441 MCU. But here's a brain teaser before we dive in. If you read a Toyota cluster mileage and it shows 1.6 times more than the actual dashboard reading, what does that tell you about the vehicle's configuration? If you know the answer, pause for a second, drop it down in the comments, and let's see who among us really knows their digital dashboards. Now, before we spin those bits and bytes, a quick word to stay safe and stay informed. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. The content shown here, including live demonstrations and step-by-step walkthroughs, is intended to guide professional and aspiring vehicle technicians in responsible diagnostics and programming. We strictly follow fair use practices, and all materials are shared for review, commentary, and instruction. All trademarks, logos, and brand references are the property of their respective owners. Please always follow your country's laws and manufacturer's guidelines when working on any vehicle. Now let's roll the hood open and get straight into it. Let's start with the bigger picture. The OBDSTR OdoMaster, also known as the X300 Classic G3, has recently added a powerful new feature: support for mileage correction of Toyota and Lexus vehicles that are running the encrypted RH850 R7F701441 processor. Now, for the average tech, that's a mouthful, but if you're serious about odometer work, this means you can now work with Toyota BX4, Toyota BZ4, Toyota BZ4X, Toyota Corolla, Toyota Frontlander, Toyota Levin, Toyota Yaris 2020 and up, Lexus NX series, Lexus RX series. That's a wide range of modern, high-tech dashboards now unlocked for safe and effective mileage programming. So how do we get started? Let's break it all down. No boring tables, just straight talk and clear steps. Here's what you'll need on your bench. First, the OBDSTAR OdoMaster or G3 device. That's your main tool. Next, the OBDSTAR P004 bench adapter. This allows safe bench-level access. And finally, a high-power DC power supply, a must to keep the cluster stable during operation. Now, let's walk through the process using a Toyota Levin equipped with the R7F701441 Denso cluster as our live example. Step by step, mileage correction for Toyota Levin. 1. Remove the cluster from the vehicle. You'll be working on the bench, not via OBD this time. 2. On the OdoMaster menu, navigate through Toyota Levin R7F701441 Denso bench mode. Note, this MCU is also supported via OBD mode, but for better control and safety, we're going the bench route today. 3. Read the connection instructions carefully. Some Lexus NX models might require a 30-pin connector for the bench setup. Important tip: the R7F70144 Denso clusters are currently not supported, so verify your MCU version before proceeding. 4. Check your bench pin out using the reference in your P004 adapter manual. Make sure everything matches perfectly. 5. Connect the cluster using the P004 adapter and link it to the OdoMaster. Don't forget to connect the external DC power supply. The cluster needs stable power throughout. 6. Read the cluster information. The original mileage will appear on your screen and should match what you see on the actual dashboard. Always take a screenshot of the original mileage for your records. Trust me, it's a good habit that saves time later. 7. Read the EEPROM of the R7F701441 and save the data. This is your backup. Never skip this step. Ready for the magic? Let's correct that mileage. Now comes the real programming. Follow these critical steps. 1. Start the mileage correction function from the OdoMaster menu. 2. Read the ECU info and pull the current mileage stored in the system. 3. Interpret the data smartly. If the read mileage differs from the cluster's dashboard reading by around 1.6 times, it likely means the vehicle is set to display miles, not kilometers. For example, if the cluster shows 32,000 but the system reads 51,000, the config is set in miles. To fix this, divide your target mileage by 1.609433 before writing it. This simple adjustment ensures perfect results. 4. Enter the new mileage value you want to set. 5. Follow the on-screen prompts to turn the ignition on or OFF using the P004 adapter. This step is essential for syncing memory and MCU commands. 6. Write the mileage. Watch the progress bar and avoid power interruptions. 7. Verify the result. Once complete, check the cluster dashboard. The new mileage should now display exactly as intended. 8. Reinstall the cluster back into the vehicle. Secure all connectors and power it up to make sure everything looks good. If you made it this far, you're clearly someone who values proper diagnostics and responsible mileage work. Let's take a moment to show some love. Hit that like button if you're finding this helpful. And if you've ever faced a stubborn cluster that just wouldn't cooperate, tell us your story in the comments below. We want to hear it. Also, please consider subscribing to Baabji Motors if you haven't already. It's completely free and helps us keep bringing this quality content right to your screen. And if you're feeling extra generous, hit that super thanks to help keep the tools plugged in and the learning alive. Here's our take on this process. The OBDSTAR OdoMaster proves once again why it's a top-tier tool for serious automotive work. Supporting encrypted processors like the RH850 R7F701441 isn't just a software achievement. It's a major step forward for anyone in the automotive repair field. The process is stable, well-guided, and transparent, making it ideal even for newer techs who are just stepping into the bench mode world. If you ask us, this is where the future of odometer services is headed. Smarter tools, safer access, and encrypted support. No more relying on risky trial-and-error work. OdoMaster brings clarity and control to your hands. But now we want to hear from you. Do you think bench work is safer than OBD mode for sensitive modules like clusters? Or do you prefer on-vehicle programming for the ease of it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's learn from each other. And here's the answer to our question from earlier. If the system reads a mileage value that's about 1.6 times higher than the dashboard display, it usually means the cluster is configured to display miles instead of kilometers. Divide the target mileage by 1.609433 for accurate results. It's a small step that makes a big difference. Fun fact to leave you with. Did you know that most modern Toyota and Lexus vehicles encrypt mileage data in multiple memory blocks, not just EEPROM? That's why having the correct adapter and a tool like the OdoMaster makes all the difference. It reads and writes securely across all zones without corrupting the firmware. Final words before you go. If you made it all the way through, thank you. You're the reason Baabji Motors exists. We're setting a bold challenge. Let's hit 10,000 likes and 1,000 comments within 24 hours. If this video helped you in any way, give it a thumbs up, share it with a fellow technician, and most importantly, subscribe and turn on that bell so you never miss a real-world guide like this. Whether you're in the garage, on the road, or just here to learn, we appreciate you. Until next time, stay safe, stay sharp, and, as always, happy diagnosing.